At the moment, fashion exhibitions are very popular and there's a lot of fashion exhibitions. I was wondering, why do you think they are so popular?
You can just watch fashion as you watch a shop window. You can go to an exhibition like that with no knowledge whatsoever, and I think it's also very accessible, and it may bring people to the museum that normally never go.
I heard you talking about dreams and the public and what kind of dreams they have, and I'm very curious, how do you take into account the contemporary dreams?
Fashion looks back so much. There's always something that is in a way contemporary, or could be contemporary, because it comes back in different shapes or sizes. There are often details you can just watch. Also, in a way, shows how the fashionistas of a bygone era were. So they can maybe also relate to the fact that those people who were wearing those wonderful dresses were like they were at that time.
So, how important is the authentic aspect for you, or the historic dimension to a fashion exhibition?
It really depends on the museum and on the audience and on the story you want to tell. You can have an exhibition that's mainly about fashion, but you can also have an exhibition that's more about history.
Nice. And I heard you say something about shop windows, and that really reminded me of what Diana Freeland used to do when she did exhibitions, that she did dresses and then with massive headpieces and stuff like that that weren't really real or appropriate for the dress that they were showing. How important is the aesthetic aspect of fashion exhibitions in relation to the factual facts, or what it's actually representing?
I think they should complement each other. It shouldn't be the one overruling the other. I think with some extra things, whatever it may be, if it may be wigs or maybe something else, it should always complement the things that are shown, because just dresses on mannequins would be nice for a dress historian, but maybe a bit boring for a larger public. For example, at the Rijksmuseum, the restorers make the mannequin exact size of the costume. So you're very respectful to the object, because it's a museum object and you should treat it like that, not just as old clothes.
About the object, because the object is at the center of what you're doing basically. I was wondering, how does theory relate to that?
I don't think there's no use of it, but I think in practice, when you're just working with things, it's not something you think about. But I think theory is also something for universities, not something that should be dismissed altogether. But I think for making an actual exhibition, it's really difficult to incorporate or to not let the theory take over the object.
So can you show us some dresses and explain, like, from the object itself what it is? Because I'm very curious what kind of dresses you have.
I will show you. I think I'll get a dress just from my closet.
Okay.
And I can tell you something, because some of them have a story. But most of my dresses are just dresses I wear, so they're different from a museum where you have a provenance.
Yeah, of course.
And
of course, no.
Yeah,
but I'm interested in your wardrobe.
Yeah. This looks like quite an ordinary, simple dress. And what is most prominent feature is that there are two different kinds of fabric. It's probably from the 40s, from the wartime, when fabric was extremely scarce, and you see all the patterns in magazines, make two from one, of one from two. You can actually see there's a little piece put in between, that it didn't have a lot of fabric. And this fabric at the cuff is black, but it's different from this. And if you look at the hem, there's another print, but it's a different print. So it's another different fabric.
So you're saying this is sort of made up out of five different...
Yeah, four or five different kinds of fabric. And probably at least one old dress and maybe two old dresses. It's very interesting and it's well preserved, and it's a fun dress actually. I like the design. They put a lot of effort into it. It's not, if you look at it, you don't think, well, they're not rags or anything, but they do show extreme scarcity of fabric.